All right, sorry, I just reviewed, what was it, 4, 5, and 6? 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, because my numbers are different. Let's look at the next set. What number is it, or is that in your book? Is it 8 and 9? Solve for x and y?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do they say first of all? This is important. It may look like stuff that, it's just kind of fluff. It's just sitting there and you don't really use it. But it's very, very important what they tell you right here. So look, they tell you that triangle RST is congruent to what? Triangle XYZ. That's pretty important stuff. Let me pause this while I draw the triangles. Okay. All right, look at this. It's not a matter of just looking and say, well, it looks like this side is equal to this side, and it looks like this angle is equal to this angle. That's not what we want to do. We want to go by this information right here. So look, let's see what are actually equal to each other. So angle R equals what in the other triangle? Angle X. And we know for sure by looking at how they set this equality or this congruent statement up, right? R and X are equal to each other. So look at this. Here's angle R, which is 4y minus 10. Here's angle X, which is 3y plus 5. They're equal to each other. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to set them equal to each other. Okay? Pretty straightforward, isn't it? So this is equal to this. And then we can solve for y. You don't have to do the y first. You could do the x first if you wanted to. I just decided to do the angle first. I thought that was a little easier. So let's do this. Subtract a 3y from both sides. So that goes and this goes, and we just get a y. You can do that in your head, can't you? Because 4y minus 3y is just y. Then add a 10 to both sides, and what do you get? 15. So there's y right there. Simple. What about the x's? Do I just take this and set it equal to this? I don't know. I might be able to get away with it, and I probably can because there's no other sides on here that could possibly equal each other. But let's just make sure, because I'm telling you, on the test, I may have some other stuff here. I may have, the length of this side and the length of this side, and maybe another variable in here. I don't know. All right, so you have to know which sides are actually equal to each other. So if this is RT, look, RT, the first and the third. What's RT equal to over here? XZ, right, XZ. Do you see it? So RT is equal to XZ. Here's XZ. So this and this are equal to each other. So you just set them equal. So I'm going to go 2x minus 14 equals x plus 21, and it couldn't be easier, could it? Subtract an x from both sides. 2x minus x is x, right? That cancels out. Add a 14 to both sides, and that's 35, and then there it is. Okay? That's all there is to it. That was real basic, wasn't it? Pretty straightforward. Now I'm telling you, the one on the test probably won't be quite this easy. It'll be similar to it, all right? It'll be kind of close to it, but it probably won't be quite this easy. You have to look at this stuff right here and know which angle is equal to what, because you may not be able to tell just by looking at the picture. You good with that? Dion, you getting all this? Yeah? At least you grunted. Got that much out of you. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's do one of those proof things, okay? Let's resume. All right, so here you go. Here's our our proof thing. We're not really doing it as a real proof, but we're coming close to it. I mean, we got the basic ideas of what a real proof is. Anyway, let's mark the stuff. XY, which one's XY? The one going across this way is parallel to WZ, that one right there. And then XW, that one is parallel to YZ, that one right there. Okay, and that's all they tell you, right? That's all the given that they tell you. So what can we figure out from that? Well, take a look. If these two lines right here are parallel, this would be a transversal, wouldn't it? So look at angle 1. What would angle 1 be equal to? Angle 3, that's right. What's the reason for that? Do you remember? Alternate interior angles, that's right. Can we also say that 2 and 4 are equal to each other because of those two parallel lines? Not because of these two parallel lines, all right, but because the one's going across the top and the bottom, right? So if this one is parallel to this one, that's a transversal. Excuse me. I should have paused that, shouldn't I? Okay. So look what we got. So 2 and 4 are equal to each other because they're alternate interior angles from these parallel lines. Now, they don't tell you anything else, but we can just look at the picture and figure out something else about this. The line. Which line? Give me you got letters here. XZ, right. So XZ is equal to what? XZ itself, right. So XZ equals XZ. So watch, I can put a little tick mark right here. And watch what I have now. Look. Why now are these two triangles congruent to each other? Because of transversal. That's not a reason to show that right. That's not a reason to show that triangles are congruent. Sorry, Cliff. So watch. This. What is it? Emily already said it. Angle, side, angle. All right. So I've got an angle, a side, and an angle, and I've got this angle, this side, and this angle. They're equal to each other. So this is how I write my answer. All these things, the parallel lines need to be marked. These two angles need to be equal to each other. 1 and 3 need to be equal to each other. And you have to have the mark in between. So if you have that situation right here, these triangles are congruent because of angle, side, angle. This is what I want for you need to have all these, everything in red is basically your answer. You got it? You need to have everything written here in red plus the angle, side, angle. If you're missing some of that, if you don't have these two lines marked parallel, it's wrong. If you don't have these two parallel, it's wrong. If you don't have 1 and 3 equal to each other, or 2 and 4, or this thing in the middle, if you don't have any of those things, it's going to be wrong. You have to have every one of those items in there to get that right. Does everybody understand that? Yep. Okay, so make sure that we are good with that. Okay? All right. I'll probably only have maybe one of these on the test. There may be two. I'm not sure. I haven't even made the test up yet. Okay, I have a basic idea what's going to go on it, but we'll see. Okay, let's do another type of problem. All right, here's our picture. This is for. Does it say 11 in your book? Okay, so that's 116 degrees. It says that this side is equal to this side. It says this is 72 degrees. That's that one in between here. Okay. It says that these two are equal to these two, and this is x. And that's what we're trying to solve for. We're trying to solve for x. Okay, everybody with me? Yeah. Let's take a look. Well, I don't care what the answer is. I want to know how to get to the answer. That's what I'm caring about, okay? Anybody could just say the answer, especially since I gave you all the answers on Friday, right? Okay, good. So let's see. If I want to find this angle right up here, it says these two sides are equal to each other. So how does that help you with this triangle right here? What does that tell you about this triangle if these two sides are equal to each other, as far as your angles are concerned? The bottom two are equal, that's right. So this angle and this angle are equal to each other. That may help us in the long run, okay? Right now it doesn't. If that's the only thing I knew, that really doesn't help me find this, but it might help me. This 72 right here. Well, look, this 72 and this angle right here, I can't really say anything about those two, can I? All right, because they don't form a right angle, do that, or they don't form a straight line or anything. But watch, if I knew this angle right here, this little tiny one on the bottom, and this one, guess what I could find? I could find this angle. If I find this angle, this one's going to be exactly the same, so guess what? I could take these, add them up, take them away from 180, and I've got this angle. Does that make sense? So really, my key is to find what? This angle right here. If I could find that angle, I'm good to go. Well, is there a way to find that? Well, look at this triangle. I've got this side equal to this side. So for the same reason, what's true? The bottom two. We call those the base angles, by the way. All right, so an isosceles triangle, these two right here would be the base angles. So the base angles would be equal to each other. Agreed? All right. So if this is 116, how are we going to find those two? So take 116 away from 180. All right, so what's that? 64? That's right. Now, these aren't both 64, are they? No. You got to divide them by 2 because they're both exactly the same. So that angle is 32 degrees. Then guess what this one is? That's 32. So now watch what we have. You've got this is 32 and this is 72. So what is that all together? 104. So watch. This angle right here, everybody see that? Is 104. How do we find that angle right there? You got to add up. Add them up. They're dumping the trash. That's right. So let's add those up. That's 104, right? So we just take 180 minus 104, and what does that give us? 8. That's a 76, right? So does that mean that's 76? No, it means these two together are 76. If they're both exactly the same, what is it? You got to divide it by 2. So what's half of 76? 40, 30... I should be able to do this. 38. 38. Okay. So that's 38. And that one, that's not us. And that's 38. So now, how do we find angle X up here?
Add them together.
That's right. Add them together, take them away from 180. So that's 76, right? Because we remember we already added them together earlier. So it's just 180 minus what? 76. And that should give you what? Just 104. What's another way you could have gotten that right there? Wait a minute. Did we do that right?
No, because the answer's not 104.
Yeah, that's not right. There's no way that's 104. What did we do wrong? I did something wrong here. So I got this. Oh, what did I do? I took half. Why did I take half? Because look, when I took 180 minus 104, this was what? So that was 76. Oh, why didn't you tell me? I was just testing you to see if you would catch me. No, I wasn't. No, I just made the mistake. So that's 76 and that's 76, so there's no way. So what do we get? That's 76 and 76 is what? 140, 152? Yeah? Did I do that right?
Yeah.
So it's 180 minus what? 152, and that's 28 degrees.
So that's what I did wrong.
And that's...
You told me that they both weren't 76.
Oh, don't blame me. All right, so anyway, so they are both 76, right? Because if that's 104 taken away from 180, that right there is 76. It's not a combination of the two. That actual angle is 76. So that's going to be the same exact thing. Take them away, add them up, take them away from 180, and you get 28 degrees. Make sense? Okay. All right. Again, that's another thing that you might be able to see. Now, that was just to find one thing right there. Yeah, it's a lot just to find that one. What I'll probably do is I'll probably have a couple questions on there where you're going to find like 2 or 3 things from one picture. I probably won't have all that just to find one angle. All right, you'll probably have to find some other things. I could call this angle Y and call this one angle Z or something like that. So, you know, you might be finding actually 3 things instead of just one with this. Everybody okay with that? All right. Let's see what else we have. All right, here's our next picture. This is from numbers 18 and 19. Let's pay attention now. Let's find angle 1 first. Angle 1's really simple. It's 66. You don't have to do any math at all, do you? Because these two sides are equal, so the opposite angles are equal. So if this is 66, guess what? That's got to be 66 as well. Okay, let's just write that in there. Oops, not 60, 66. All right, let's see. So we just go 90 minus 66 to get 2, right? Because that looks like a right angle. Ah, very good. You don't know it's a right angle, so you can't do that. And I actually did say that on purpose just to try to get you to think, okay? You don't know that that's a right angle, so you can't just go 66, you know, or 90 minus 66. So we got to figure out another way. We could find angle 3, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Because we got these two, and I could find angle 3. So I'll tell you what, let's do this. Look at angle 4 and look at 66 and 66. This is an exterior angle, isn't it? This is an exterior angle. These are remote interior angles. One step, what can I do to get angle 4? What's the rule? An exterior angle is equal to what to the 2 remote interior angles? Add them up. That's right. The sum, thank you, the sum of the remote interior angles, okay? So this exterior angle is equal to this plus this. What's 66 and 66? Well, that's a 12, and that's a 132, right? Okay, so that angle right there is 132. How could I find angle 3? Subtract what? Yeah, 132. And this is the easiest way to do it. And what's that? That's 48. And so this angle right here would be 48 degrees. Let's find angle 2 then. Well, again, I can't just look at this and assume that's a right angle, can I? All right, a lot of people would do that, but you can't. So, but I do have 2 angles inside this triangle now. I got 132 and 24. What do I do with those?
The opposite angle.
Or you could do this. Watch this. This is an see the 48? That's an exterior angle. What's 24 and 2? They're remote interior angles, aren't they? Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm almost out of time. Okay, let's finish. Watch. So what do? Just go 48 minus 24, and that's 24. So that's 24 degrees right here. So guess what's true about this side right here? That's equal as well. All right. Oh, do I? Oh, yeah.